Hey guys, today I got a tool review for you. It's technically an accessory and a tool. This here is the DeWALT Flexvolt power station. In a previous video, I used one of these DeWALT 9 amp hour Flexvolt batteries to extend the range on my one wheel pint. Plus I also used these batteries, well, to obviously power my cordless tools. What this power station allows me to do is charge 4 DeWALT batteries at once. But it's not only a charger, it doubles, as the name suggests, as a power bank. This power station can output 110 volts at 15 amps and provide 3600 peak watts and 1100 continuous watts. It provides this power by converting the power provided by the batteries with a modified sine wave inverter. The capacity is limited by the size of the DeWALT batteries you have slotted into the power bank. Now, in my research about modified sine wave inverters, there's a lot of confusing information out there, but from what I can gather, you can basically run most electronics with this power bank, but it might shorten the lifespan of some electronics and AC motors. So if you have an expensive fridge, don't go plugging it into this for long periods of time. I've read people have had no issues running their fridge off of this, and I'll admit that when I first got this power bank, I did test it out and powered my Samsung fridge with no issues. But if it fries your fridge, don't blame me. The other thing is, don't run sensitive medical equipment off of this. It's not rated for that. I did plug it into a small apartment-sized chest freezer, and it ran it for a super long time, so in an emergency, it certainly could power appliances, but I recommend you read up on these types of inverters for what you should and shouldn't power off them. And I will mention, most of the information I found on power inverters was, well, it makes sense, on off-the-grid living forums and videos. So what is this power bank used for besides being an inexpensive charger? Well, DeWALT markets it to be able to power your corded tools from this for places that don't have, AC power, or you can't run a generator because of noise or anything like that. The charge time for a 20 volt 4 amp hour battery is around 2 hours, and I can confirm that is about the case, as to charge these fully discharged 9 amp hour batteries does take a while, around 4 hours plus or minus. So this is a beefy boy with 4 9 amp hour batteries plugged into it, with the unit weighing 18 pounds itself, and then the added weight of the batteries. Well, you can use this to work out or use it to work on your curls. Like this thing is beefy. So real quick, I'll mention some of the good things about this and some of the bad things. So the good, you can charge 4 batteries at once at 2 amps. This includes the 20 volt batteries and the Flexvolt line of batteries. It's powerful with a big surge capacity as long as you're powering it from high amp hour batteries like these. These are 9 amp hour, as I mentioned. You can get up to I think 12 amp hours, something pretty crazy. This also has silent operation with a small fan that spools up to cool the internal electronics. It's handy for when the power goes out, but I don't recommend buying it for that specific purpose. So I'll mention a few of the bad or disadvantages. This unit can't be refueled, meaning it's not a replacement for a gas generator. You have to have an electrical source to charge it. So as mentioned earlier, the unit provides modified sine wave AC power, so it limits what can be powered from it, and it may shorten the life of some electronics with extended usage. Now, the power station will not provide AC power unless there are 4 of these batteries plugged into it, but you can run different battery capacity configurations in it, but it will only provide enough power until the least charged or lowest capacity battery runs down. Also, pick up an extension cord, or else you won't be able to charge this unit the way the plug is, because, well, DeWALT didn't include a charging cable, and for the cost of this unit, the least they could have done was just thrown in an extension cord. But whatever. So, on to testing. So I did some testing, and this thing is a beast, and no wonder with the 9 amp hour Flexvolt batteries that I'm using to power this, voltage sag was kept at a minimum with that amount of capacity. So I decided to see if I could make a surfboard using this power bank to power my, well, power tools. I ran my Milwaukee surfboard sander to sand an entire surfboard, and some other power tools like an oscillating tool, a random orbital sander, After using all those tools to work on the surfboard, I still had 2 bars of power after hours of usage. Now, I know this isn't an exact measurement, but it is real world usage, so that hopefully counts for something for those of you who are kind of interested in what this can do. I ended up using the power bank to rip some plywood to run it down some more with my table saw, and it still had some power left over, and I could have done more rips with it, but at that point I had like 1 bar of power left on each of the batteries. So pretty good real world usage, I must say. So in conclusion, this power bank is very easy to use, provides loads of power. It can charge your 20 volt DeWALT batteries and the Flexvolt battery lines. And in an emergency, it can, well, you can use it to run some appliances, with the caveat that it's not pure sine wave power as I mentioned earlier. So do your research. I'd recommend this for a job site where you can't run a generator because it's either too loud or you have a need for some off-grid power for a short period of time. But I don't recommend it if you have sensitive electronics or expensive appliances. As mentioned, the modified sine wave could shorten the life of those devices. All right, well, that's my review of the DeWALT Power Station and Charger. I hope you found it useful. Give this video a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe to my channel for more tool reviews that I occasionally do here and there in between other videos. So I will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.